the Roman monarchy, and that's a possibility for an essay question. Talk about the foundation of Rome, which towards the Romulus and Remus and Sabine women and she-wolves and everything else. The period of the monarchy itself, focusing on Etruscan domination of Rome and all of those influences. And finally, the end of the monarchy, the rape of Lucretia, the rise of Brutus, the overthrow of the Etruscans, those kinds of things. That's a possibility of the monarchy. And then the last major unit or topic for the exam is the Roman Republic. And with the Republic, don't forget about political organization, social organization. Use the diagram that I handed out, those political offices, those kinds of things. You'd like to see a couple of those on match up consul with Roman general, something like that. You get the idea. And I do have the PowerPoint on Blackboard. If you want to see, if you want to take a look at these, I've got all these up there. That diagram is on Blackboard if you misplaced yours. And we've got then for the Republic itself, the history of the Republic, aside from the political organization, military organization, that business, we've got the Punic War, those wars against Carthage. And that's another possibility for an essay question. A lot of different possibilities. Another possibility would be those Punic Wars, those wars against Carthage. The most important, of course, being the second one with Hannibal. And along with those Punic Wars, Rome's conquest of Italy and the Mediterranean, what we're going to be looking at today is the last century of the Republic, the Roman Revolution. Now, I'm not going to put an essay question dealing with the Revolution on the exam, but you will see a lot of multiple choice and matching questions dealing with the information we're going to cover today. So basically, four main units: the classical period, Alexander Hellenistic period, the Roman monarchy, and the Roman Republic. This thing's going to be set up the same way as the first two exams: multiple choice, matching, identifications, and essay. Put the same number of extra credit points on the exam, put 10 points thrown in for you. Any questions about the exam, Sean?
We're going to be required to know the definitions of the words that...
Definitions of? Oh, the values?
Yeah, values and...
No, Dignitas you want to be familiar with. We're going to be referring back to Dignitas a couple of times today. Just be familiar with those other values, gravitas, fides, constantia, those other values simply as Roman values. You're not going to be asked to define them. But be able to recognize constantia, that term, that it represents a Roman value. Whether you know the meaning of it or not, I'm not going to ask you to know that. Yeah, good. Anything else? All right, another thing then is the writing assignment. The writing assignment originally, the due date was Monday of next week, but I'm not doing that, so you're not going to have you turn that paper in and take the test on the same day. So we decided to give you guys a little bit more time on the writing assignment. We're going to push that due date back to Wednesday of next week, the 20th. I'll try to remind you about that on Monday, but you want to focus on the test and getting ready for that, but you should be thinking about that writing assignment as well. So the test on Monday, the writing assignment on Wednesday, really we've only had a couple classes left and the semester's over. After this third test is out of the way, after these writing assignments have been handed in, the only thing we've got left is the final. And remember, the final is not going to be cumulative. It will only cover that information which we will have gone over in class starting Wednesday of next week down to May the 2nd, the last day of classes. All right, so any questions, any other questions before we get back to the Republic? All right, let's go ahead and get this Republic out of the way. What we saw last time, Rome, through those conquests, defeating the Carthaginians, the Samnites, peoples on the Italian peninsula, also Macedonians, Greeks, and people of the east. By 146 BC, now this map shows Roman power in 133, which is actually where we're going to start our discussion today. But we said by 146 BC, though there is still work to be done over here in the east, and even a little bit down in Media down in the west, a little bit of work to be done in the west, we can safely say by 146, with those victories over the Carthaginians, with those victories over the peoples of the Aegean, and everything in purple representing Roman-controlled territory, by 146 BC, Rome is clearly the master of the Mediterranean, the most dominant power in the Mediterranean world. And it is now that she has established this external supremacy, emerged as the greatest superpower in the Mediterranean, that her internal problems will begin. The century in Roman history, let me go to the Republic first. Dates for the Republic, if you haven't gotten, we've been throwing up here, at 509 BC down to 30 BC, the period of the Republic and ancient Roman history. century beginning with the year 133. That is 133 to 30 BC, roughly a century. 133 to 30 BC, the last century of the Roman Republic. That century, often referred to by scholars as the period of the Roman Revolution. Again, that century in Roman Republican history, 133 to 30 BC, last century of the Republic, often referred to by scholars as the period of the Roman Revolution. A revolution that would see a series of civil wars, we're going to talk about it today, a series of civil wars resulting from the final collapse of the Republic in that year, 30 BC, and the subsequent establishment of the empire. This revolution, by a series of civil wars, Romans killing Romans, resulting in the final collapse of the Republic in 30 BC, and the subsequent establishment of the Roman Empire. The outbreak of this revolution, let's take a look at it. The outbreak of this revolution was contemporary with, associated with, the attempted reforms of an idealistic young Roman aristocrat by the name of Tiberius Gracchus. Gracchus, and we're getting down, certainly associate him with the beginning of this so-called Roman Revolution. Tiberius Gracchus, Gracchus. Tiberius, though he was a member of the aristocracy, he was very popular with the people of Rome. And in 133 BC, he's going to be elected that year, the revolution begins. 133 BC, he will be elected tribune, 1 of 10 for the year 133, tribune. And you do want to be familiar with that office of tribune. Remember that tribunes elected by the people of Rome, elected by the tribal plebeian assembly. These guys were responsible, their job, their function, to protect the lives, the property, and the interests of the common masses of the Roman state. Though this guy is an aristocrat, very popular with the people of Rome, and they will elect him tribune in that year. Tribunes, again, responsible for protecting the lives, the property, and the interests of the common masses of Rome. Well, Tiberius recognized, as he looks around Rome in 133 BC, as a new tribune for that year, that the old Roman character, with like those values, Constantius, gravitas, and fides, and virtus especially, those values, that character, fast slipping away. Rome, as a result of these conquests, this supremacy, she's becoming greedy and corrupt. And one of the chief developments at this time, responsible for the internal problems Rome is now facing in this last century of the Republic, the rise of what are known as latifundia, Latifundia. This guy looking around says one of the chief developments at this time that I'm seeing looking around Italy and the Mediterranean at this time, chief developments responsible for these problems Rome is facing in the late Republic, the rise of what are known as latifundia. Well, these things were termed worth getting down, associated with the revolution and the outbreak of the revolution. These were large agricultural estates, plantations in other words, controlled by the aristocracy, huge, massive estates, controlled by the aristocracy, and staffed with huge numbers of slaves, which provided plentiful cheap labor. Put plantation up there, maybe make it a little easier if you remember what these things were. These plantations, large agricultural estates, staffed with huge numbers of slaves, providing plentiful cheap labor with which to exploit the land for tremendous profits. And one of the things we see the Romans doing, we got a sense of it last time, with the destruction of Carthage in that Third Punic War, the slaughter of everybody in Carthage, the complete destruction of the city. What the Romans start doing as they're expanding out into the Mediterranean during the later centuries of the Republic, they start doing something they never did on the Italian peninsula when they conquered Italy. They began taxing their people. Not only did they begin taxing their people, they began enslaving, slaughtering those people they had conquered, especially the people out of the east as they expanded into the eastern Mediterranean, that corruption setting in. Well, the problem with the latifundia, as Tiberius is looking around, is that ultimately results, the rise in these latifundia, result in the decline in the small peasant farm, the backbone of the Roman Republic. The guy after winning these wars, this glory and this wealth and slaves and everything else for the Roman state. You see, these small peasant farmers, those soldiers, those dedicated soldier citizens,